Hi, and welcome to Geno's Picks, where after taking the collar last week in a video that was hilarious as it was laughable, I'm not only down to a miserable 8-12 against the spread, but an abysmal 1-7 over the past 2 weeks. At least Daddy knew to lay off New Orleans, who the past 2 weeks are 2-0 against the spread, and even have one more actual win than my stupid Bolts. I mean, I could easily have been 1-3 if not for a London cable. As in this literal cable that redirected Matt Reichert's kick this past Sunday morning at 10:45 Eastern. Not a cable you got from London in 1945 with news that someone else you were worried about got fucked in midair. If that kick goes through, it's 17-all and the Vikes run out the clock and kick the field goal and I get a cover. In any case, gotta laugh at this shit, which is exactly what I told you back in week 2. Remember that studio? When I actually had a winning week. Now you have a choice to make. Is Daddy due to bounce back in week 6 or is it time to go full fade? Hey, you do you, and let me know, because it doesn't break Daddy's heart which way you play it, so long as you break your bookie's bank and bust your gut laughing. So now, let's get to the picks. My first pick, the Cowboys are laying 3 to the Panthers in Carolina. Nothing could be finer, baby. Okay, I can admit I was wrong all last week, but none more so than betting on Jets head coach Aaron Glenn, who continues to shit the bed at a record pace after leaving the defensive coordinator job in Detroit, after his Jets set the dubious record of being the first NFL team to start out 0-5 without a single turnover. I mean, the only thing more amazing than that would be the fact that he came over for his defense. Oh, wait, yeah, but they hired the right guy because he's been using his defensive skills every Sunday in post-game pressers where he's deflecting more questions in 10 minutes at the podium than his entire team does passes in the 4 hours previous. Now, the Cowboys get another cupcake in the Panthers, who may have beaten the Dolphins last week, but that is a team that has more trouble finishing than Mark Wahlberg at the end of Boogie Nights. Now they face the Cowboys team. While I'm not willing to admit they're a good team yet, I can assure you the Panthers are not. Bryce Young has yet to prove to me he is the answer there, and believe me, he better be, because they have no one behind him. The backup is still Andy Dalton, and I can assure you they're not turning back on Bryce, because the minute the Panthers coaches put the red rifle in a game, Panthers fans are going to put a real one in their mouths. Rico Dowdell does not duplicate his performance in his return to Dallas, mostly because he's on my fantasy team. Give me Big D, and I'll lay the 3. I didn't mean it to rhyme, but it did, sick. My next pick, the Patriots are laying 3 and a hook to the Saints in New Orleans. Remember them? Time to go against them again. Want to know the difference between the Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel and Saints head coach Kellen Moore? I'll tell you. One has led a team to 3 Super Bowls on the playing field. The other one just recently won a Super Bowl by staying out of the way off of the field. Now, the Saints have covered the last 2 weeks, but considering they managed to stay within 2 TDs of the now suspect Bills team and managed to beat a rookie QB in the Giants in his second start last week, it tells me one thing, that the brain trust of Kellen Moore and Brandon Staley have been able to do the one thing they're good at, take advantage of people somehow less talented than them. Fun fact, if you take away the 2 plays in that game, an 87-yard TD pass to Rashid Shaheed, shout out Steve, and an 86-yard fumble return, the G-men outgained the Saints by 90 yards, and they'll win the game by 2 points. You think Vrabel's going to make it that easy for them? As easy as Dable did? Okay, that's an easy question. The tough one is how Dable still has the job on this team. The only thing harder for Giants fans to watch every Sunday than their team are the Colts and Eagles highlights afterwards. When I watch the games on Sunday here in the city, I'm not sure if that's CBS bleeping out the sound of fans cursing or him beeping as he continues to back his team into the NFC basement. Regardless, I'm taking the Patriots in friggin' the Meadowlands and laying the 3 and a hook. My next pick, the Lions are getting 2.5 from the Chiefs in KC. Just when you think you've seen everything in the NFL, they give you something new. Like this past Monday night, when Trevor Lawrence took a knee before scoring the game-winning TD, as it with just 23 seconds left in the game, Trevor Lawrence went down on his knees to blow my cover in the final seconds for the 3rd time in as many weeks as he got up and ran it in for the winning TD on a play that was hard to watch. Well, unless you were Chris Jones, in which case it was pretty easy. Guy had front row seats, which if that walrus of a head coach has any sense left, he'll give him front row seats next week, at least for the first quarter on the bench. Unlike the Chiefs, the Lions have picked up where they left off last season. While in KC, Chiefs Kingdom comes to grips with the fact They're about to lose their 4th game of the season in just 6 tries. Give me the Lions and the 2.5 they're getting. Which brings me to my double your money Monday night bet. The Bills are giving 4.5 to the Falcons in Hotlanta. Yeah, because when you're coming off a 1-7 stretch, why not correct it with 3 road favorites? Still, I may be asleep at the switch, but if falling to division rival and primetime game isn't a wake-up call like they did Sunday, I don't know what is for the Bills. They rode their momentum from their steal of a win in week 1 over the Ravens to a 4-0 record, only to be reminded they're not invincible. But don't try talking me out of the Bills in this one because I'm not convincible. It's a word. In a game that comes down to QB experience against 2 very good defenses, I'll take Josh Allen and his experience over the guy who I can assure you the Bills defense will have a hard-on for, the ATL quarterback, chasing him all day and making Penix go off half-cocked. But I waited a full month and a half for that layup. Give me the Bills and I'll lay the 4.5. Those are Geno's picks in what I think may be the studio we go with till we get a studio to go to.